Thank you. Senator William Cheptumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am happy. Our debate today is very sober. And I think this is really good, Mr. Speaker, because we are being watched by our Kenyan people. Mr. Speaker, I listened to your communication very carefully. And it gave me the impression that you are ready today to issue a communication on the issue before the House. But you were stopped by the court order. Mr. Speaker, listening to the submissions by colleagues here, I would like to refer this House to Article 2 of the Constitution. This Constitution is a supreme law of the Republic and binds all persons and all state organs at both levels of government. Mr. Speaker, Parliament, in my submissions, is a state organ, one of the state organs, and therefore it is bound by this Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I want to refer members again to Article 159 of the Constitution on judicial authority. The judicial authority is derived from the people invested and shall be exercised by the courts. An emphasis, Mr. Speaker, the courts and tribunals established by or under the Constitution. Sub-Article 2 of the same article says, in exercising judicial authority, the courts and the tribunal shall be guided by the following principles. Justice shall be done to all irrespective of status. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to submit that the framers of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, and by that time I was serving as the Deputy Minister of Justice by this 2010. It was to give authority, Mr. Speaker, to the High Court and give similar powers also to the tribunals, Mr. Speaker. Political parties tribunal, therefore, Mr. Speaker, is an organ that has the power to issue orders, which under Article 2 of the Constitution should bind this House. Those are my humble submissions, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the members from the other side are saying that this ought not to have happened. But, Mr. Speaker, the decision they have made as a coalition is affecting political rights of a member of this House. And that is why that member has gone to court, Mr. Speaker, to secure that right, and especially if that right is infringed in a manner that if she feels is unconstitutional. So, Mr. Speaker, I think there is the balance between what we want to achieve as political parties and also political rights of an individual, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, I want to submit that you are within the constitutional principle. Mr. Speaker, members have spoken about what happened in the lower house when the PSS, Mr. Speaker, could not be vetted. I want to add another situation again which arose, Mr. Speaker. Until last week, the Chief Administrative Secretary, Mr. Speaker, that process was also stopped. There's another second chance I can talk about this. And Mr. Speaker, that was, of course, against the executive. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this constitution cannot be applied selectively. It should be applied fairly, constitutionally, if it's protecting the interests of a member. And so, Mr. Speaker, I want to agree, and I was listening to Senior Counsel Mogeni when he was making his submissions. And he was able to plead with you that don't demean the status of the House. I think, Mr. Speaker, there is nothing more and worse than for the Speaker of this House to disobey court orders from an institution that has the power to issue a court order that can stop us. Mr. Speaker, I think it is important that we allow this process to proceed so that, Mr. Speaker, once they go back to the tribunal, do their matters, as Kalwale said, we have only about 2 or 3 days, Mr. Speaker, and we'll be back. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to be in this House and to be part and parcel of a House that is obeying court orders, fulfilling the spirit of Article 2 of our Constitution. Mr. Speaker, nobody from the other side or this side should never and ever make you feel that you did the wrong thing today in stopping issuing the communication that you are actually prepared to do. And Mr. Speaker, in any event, Standing Order 23, which we have been arguing about it the other day, does not give a specific time frame within which we are supposed to communicate the decision after receiving a letter from the other side. So again, from the Standing Order's position, you are within the law. Again, from the perspective of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, you are within the law. Mr. Speaker, I submit that your communication should be respected by all of us and by this House.